Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off.
Well, Kevin, Devin Booker continues to elevate his play every year. He said it's just put it...
Special talent indeed. David, thank you. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Take a look at the Suns. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, there's the Clippers. They're just sitting one spot down right on their heels.
And I think for the Suns, got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point. And for Los Angeles, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, we've seen some head coaching changes, Greg. We're early in the season. How long does it take to fully implement, do you think, a new system with a new coach?
You know, it's a tough question, Kevin. It really can depend on how difficult or complicated the system is. But all things being equal, the experienced teams often learn faster because they just understand the game better.
Paul passes to Ayton. Paul George with the steal. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Ibaka outside. Zubac trying to break loose. Shots good by Ibaka.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment, but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Booker with no one around. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. And another shot. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Outside Leonard. Zubac in the post. He's covered by Ayton. Another shot. No good from Zubac. For Phoenix, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Booker kicks to Paul. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. And the rejection by Zubac. The Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And that one's good, George.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Pass to Bridges. Booker against Leonard. Fires from the line. No good from Booker.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Good chance here for Booker. That one, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
And let's take a look now at Kawhi Leonard's numbers. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in steals, 8th in scoring, and ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And like a thief in the night, he will pick your pocket clean. Top 10 in steals, as you said last year, always a threat to cause a turnover.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it.
This is his first free throw of the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
And the first one drops.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And Batum kicks to George. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Paul. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Said it time and time again, Chris Paul in the mid-range is pretty much half the time going to be good.
High post to Baca. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Greg, you probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And the Suns making a change here. Jones checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Sharge comes in for Jay Crowder. Langston Galloway's checked in for Booker. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul.
Well, you have to like... Oh, yes, sir.
Well, kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Here's Payne. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Jones. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 20-6 run. George passes to Zubac. Kicks to Leonard. From outside the arc. Connects from three-point range. Leonard's got 9.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Johnson. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring, you get good playmaking and rebounding, you get a defender with active hands. There's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
Sharge outside. Passes it to Johnson. Jones dishes to Johnson. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Here's Leonard. Some solid defense from Sharge.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Johnson, good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against Denver. Here's Zubac. High quality look, and he sinks it.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
He gets that one. Johnson's got 8 points.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's George. And Jones pulls it down. Suns trail by 13. Here's Sharge. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Johnson finds Galloway. Another 3 for Phoenix.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Leonard, the bounce pass. Outside, Batum. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Here is Carter. Over George. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the game here. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And a tremendous offensive catalyst, Chris Paul recently talked about...
First and foremost, we just got to do better.
Spoken like a future head coach, Greg.
And when it comes to closing, CP3 wants to leave nothing to chance.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Paul George is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Ibaka in at the 4 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And that one is good from Zubac.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Bridges. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Saric. Count the basket. Saric has got his second basket of the game.
Saric, one of those guys with size and a combination of a deft touch. And in close, he's effective.
Good on the shot. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
George against Carter. Saric outside. From outside, off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here's George, and George with the stop.
Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. Timeout called, the Suns. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden. I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Batum for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Ayton's got his 6th rebound on the night. And the wide open shot from Crowder had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the 3. Leonard finds George over Paul. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. George has got 14 points for the game.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside, Batum. Shoots over Bridges. Crowder pulls it in.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Hits the three-point bomb. And it's now only a 1-point Clipper lead.
And good tempo on that play as Chris Paul was in place for that jumper.
What you love about Crowder, he gives you a little bit of everything at both ends.
I mean, defensively, he'll take on anybody. He's smart, draws a lot of charges. Offensively, he can stretch the floor, and he'll make the extra pass. He's also an opportunistic rebounder.
All free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Booker the pass to Paul. Puts it up from 17. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Batum. Bridges with the steal. Pass to Booker. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
George passes to Zubac. Shoots it up. And it's George missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And the basket is good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And George kicks to Leonard. They grab their own miss. Zubac the pass to Ibaka. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. The pass to Zubac. Over Ayton. And the Clippers miss again. Suns leading by 3. Here's Paul, and it's in there. Paul's got 9 points.
So good with the handle is Chris Paul, putting the D on its heels.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Phoenix has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. No good from Booker. The Clippers shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. The 3 from George. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
I like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper. Has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
Phoenix calls timeout. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Some changes for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges. And it's Payne in for Paul. Ayton finds Johnson. Back to Ayton. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Ayton's got 6 in the quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Clippers trail by 4. Here's George. And the layup is good.
It feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Payne passes to Booker. Out to Payne. A high post shot. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker. Great showing for him last season. 2nd in free throw percentage. 9th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, 2nd in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. 52 seconds left to play in the first half. 6 on the shot clock. Zubac the pass to George. A 3 from Leonard. He can't hit that time. The Suns go the other way with it. To the wing on the left. Stolen by George. And George with the stuff.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Passes it to Ayton. Out to Payne. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Saric passes to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
1 second left. And that one is off. DeAndre Ayton, he has been the guy making things happen for Phoenix. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. DeAndre Ayton was on fire in the first half. He had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And Shaq, your take on the Clippers?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. When things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. That seems all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder, and it's Paul in at the point guard. Pass to Bridges. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Bridges has got the lead up to 5 now for Phoenix. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Booker against Leonard. Booker dishes to Crowder. Bridges, no one around him. Again, Phoenix.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Ball against George. He dishes it to Leonard. He kicks to Batum. Shoots over Bridges. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And here's George for 3. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And good that time. And now it's a 9-point Suns lead.
Well, Booker has established that he can score and now showing that he can play make. Well, DeAndre Ayton is a walking double-double. This guy has a huge physical advantage on the nights that he's playing other bigs.
There he goes!
You don't on a play like that. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Damian Jones is checked in for the Suns. Clippers trail by 12. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard, killing it in transition.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Outside Crowder. Count that bucket.
And no one really crashing down on the backside, a breakdown defensively.
Here's George. Bridges with the board. And it's the Suns' ball. They're on a 14-4 run right now. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Bones, Devin Booker, capable of big nights. One of just a few players with multiple games of at least 59 points.
Well, he's always looking to put pressure on the defense, and he's got such a wide array of skills. Not only shooting the basketball, but has shown off more of his patience and playmaking ability as he moves through his career.
And the Suns making a change here. Galloway's checked in. Throws it up high. Jones, no luck.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and yeah. Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
The strength in that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Now Booker, he has 7. Here's Galloway, and it's off from three-point range. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it, and he's unshaken.
To the inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Sharks checked in for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Chris Paul. Leonard attacking. Bucket is good. Leonard's got 23.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Sharge outside. Galloway kicks to Johnson. And the rejection by Zubac. The shot by Sharge, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that.
Well, there's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Johnson finds Crowder. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Payne. The teardrop falls in. And the Suns lead by 10.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got 14 points here in the second half. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Right side Crowder. Pass to Payne. There's the triple. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Payne's got 5 points in the quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Johnson outside. Kicks to Crowder. Left side, Saric. 6 to shoot. Carter, the pass to Johnson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. We've got 1:28 left in the third quarter of the game. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive.
Suns leading by 7. To the paint. Here's Carter. Second shot opportunity. Can't hit that one. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Saric. And Leonard gets it to go.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Zubac finds Batum. And it's Leonard top of the key. Leonard draws the double. Back to Ibaka. And pass to Leonard. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. Now just a 2-point Suns lead.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
Back to Payne. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. That evens the score. Leonard's got 38 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Payne looking around. Here's Saric. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Saric has got 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. The Suns on top. They lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The Suns shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
That aggressive mindset of his, Leonard putting it on the floor and drawing contact.
Even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Booker outside. Passes it to Bridges. Down low. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Devin Booker is such a natural and gifted scorer. Even when he gets hit on that play, he stays in control with that shot.
Chris Paul, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. Free throw good, Booker.
And Devin Booker had surgery on that right hand back in the summer of 2018. Took the opportunity to work on his left hand, and ever since, his game has just gone to another level.
You wonder how much confidence, GA, he's had in making plays, not only scoring the ball with the left hand, but assisting with the left hand. and what that's opened up for him in terms of opportunities to be more effective as an offensive weapon.
Bridges shot, good.
And so far, the defense has not learned much from the lessons Mikel is teaching them.
Outside, Batum. Leonard draws the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Phoenix has possession. Suns lead by 6. Bridges dishes the ball. And Ayton throws it down.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
And the Clippers call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
Leonard attacking, and the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 42 in the game.
He is just self-willing this team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Ayton, great positioning on the putback.
Defense unable to stop DeAndre Ayton that time, getting inside and using his frame.
George passes to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, the rest of the team has looked pretty bad tonight, but he's done a fantastic job of scoring the ball and carrying the load on offense.
Here's Paul. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
So maybe now's the time when we talk about Chris Paul's intelligence. We don't have enough time.
Here's George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Chris Paul picks up that one. Throw good. Paul George. And George drops them both. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Booker against Leonard. And here is Bridges. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Here's Paul. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Leonard, no luck.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Bridges kicks the ball. Inside, stolen by Zubac.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process, but the pass just has to be better.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Here's Paul. They get the rebound, and Ayton throws it down.
Think about the next few years. How much more complete will Ayton get? There's some indicators there.
Batum, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it.
Clippers on defense.
He got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
and he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Leonard with the steal to the paint, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Lonzo Booker will bring it up for the Suns. 4-point game. A floater, count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Here's Zubac. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense from Ayton. That's good from Booker on the assist by Bridges. Booker's got 14 points now in the second half. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That straight line drive there from Paul George. You love to see him get in that attack mode. Let's see if he can cash in now at the line.
Jay Crowder's checked in for the Suns. And George drops them both. And Phoenix has possession. 6-point lead. To the inside. Paul George with the steal. Jumps up. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up. A huge shot at this moment in the game.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Now here's Paul. From deep 3-point range, Batum grabs the miss.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Phoenix leading by 4. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
I like to see Mikal get out there on the fast break and see that open opportunity.
Here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 48.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Leonard draws the double. George up top, defended by Paul. They get it again. The Suns shooting an efficient 53% from the field. And the dunk by Booker.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
And stolen by Ayton. Phoenix, another fast break opportunity here.
And that just may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all a time to get sloppy with the ball.
And a deep 3 from George. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Bridges has got rebound number 5 here tonight. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9.
Well, there's been a lot of stops in CP3's career, but there's been no doubt that when he's on the team, he is the vocal and emotional leader of their production.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, this percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. Leonard, that's for 2. And another one.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Outside Crowder. Here's Ayton. Makes it off the glass. Ayton's got 10 points in the quarter.
Ayton pouring a foundation there on the inside, just living in the paint.
And it's Leonard missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Suns.
Tonight they seem committed to the 3-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those But sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for DeAndre Ayton.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
A platoon swap here for Phoenix. And here's Charlotte. She'll bring it up for the Suns. They've led by as many as 14 points. The wing jumper off target.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Leonard, no luck. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town. Well, he's got that height advantage, and out on the perimeter, a smaller defender is just not going to contest.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The first one falls. Payne hits them both.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game. Horrible collapse there, guys. There is simply no excuse to give up a wide-open three-pointer off of the dead ball inbound play.
So the Suns win it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does